Hi students, welcome to our channel Physics Concepts by Ali sir. How are you all of you? I hope everybody is fine. In today's session we are going to discuss one of the important topic, very important topic of 10th standard, that is ray diagrams. And see what is meant by ray diagram. A ray diagram gives the information of the image formation. If a ray is passing through lens, it undergoes into the some changes and forms image, and this ray diagram gives us information about the analysis of the formation of an image, how the image is forming, and either the image is the real or virtual. Those all things we can discuss by means of these ray diagrams. Okay, and now first of all some basics we will discuss about the ray diagram. And first one is, the most of the cases we will discuss all about the convex lens. A convex lens generally supposed to be represented like this, and real image. Generally, what is the definition of a real image? The image which can be caught on the screen is called as a real image. But in terms of drawing the ray diagrams, how can we express them? We can express that the ray diagram and a real image all the time, and it appears as the inverted the ray. If that is inverted, then we can say that is a real image. And apart from this one, if the image is forming below the principal axis, then that time too we can call it as a real image. So two properties of a real image: that should be inverted, and again that should forms below the principal axis. And next one is virtual image. When can we say the image is virtual? These are both opposite. If it is upright, what do we call this? This is upright, we used to call it as. This is inverted, we used to call. And apart from this one, if it is forming above the principal axis, so the image will forms above the principal axis, and that is we are calling as virtual. Generally, virtual image we are supposed to express with dotted lines. So a virtual image can be expressed like this, and above the principal axis that will be formed. And still some more terms now let us learn. If for example this is a principal axis and this is an object, and the image formed, then this is the object and this is a image. When we observe, the size of the image is more when we comparing with the object. This time we have to use a word, that is we are calling as magnified image. Magnified. Also we can say enlarged. Anything we can use. Enlarged. Either magnified or enlarged we can use. Okay. And if again one more situation. If this is the object and the image formed, this is the object, and this is the image, then in such case what can we say? The image, this image we can call it as a smaller image, or also we can say diminished. The image is diminished. These are the basic concepts what we have to go for that. One more case is that the object is the object, and okay, right, now let us take object as well as the image, both are same. That time we can write the object size, image size is equal to the object size. These are the fundamentals, basics. Then now let us discuss about and it is now for drawing the ray diagrams, what are the procedure or conditions? Now let us take, not conditions, actually what is the procedure? What is the procedure is generally for drawing ray diagrams, then a image is formed by n number of point objects, but we will, for our consideration, we will take any two rays only. So two rays, how many rays we will take to draw the ray diagram? To draw the ray diagram we will take two rays, and the first ray is parallel to principal axis. Parallel to principal axis, this is the first ray. For all the situations this is the same. For drawing a ray diagram, how many rays we should take? Two rays we should take. That is the first ray. The first ray should be parallel to principal axis. And one example now let us take. And this is a lens, and this is the principal axis, and the first ray should travel parallel to principal axis. And once if it is traveling parallel to principal axis, naturally that passes through the focus. If it is 2f1, we can suppose to take. These all things we will discuss, nothing to worry. Optic center, this is a f2. this is 2f2. If the ray is passing parallel to principal axis and actually that passes through focus, this is the first condition we have to take. For drawing the ray diagrams, this is the first procedure. First step what we have to do. The second step is then passing through optic center, passing through optic center. We used to call it as a optic center, okay. And this one, and how it will be, then in this case also how it will be, now let us see. And here is then this is the principal axis and a 2f1 optic center. I will draw this side because the ray will passes towards that side, and f2 and 2f2, and the second ray has to be taken then optic center. In this way the second ray we have to take, okay. These are the two conditions, and afterwards what we should do, this ray as well as this ray, they both will intersect. From the point of intersecting to the principal axis, we should draw one normal that gives you the image, okay. Got it? Now ultimately for drawing a ray diagrams, how many rays needed? Two rays are needed. The first ray is parallel to principal axis, the second ray is then passing through the optic center, and the third step is these two rays will intersect at any one point, and from that point to the principal axis we will draw the perpendicular, so the image will be formed, okay. Now let us see what are the situations, what are the conditions, those all things we will see, okay. If you want, just you can take a screenshot, because these are the extreme minimum basics as you must know before drawing the ray diagrams. And see here, now let us start drawing the ray diagrams. What are the ray diagrams can we draw? Those all things now let us see. And first one is the different situations. Now let us imagine, let us discuss that. And so the first one is generally what are the ray diagrams you have to draw for this one is, now here first of all what are the situations we will see first. And this is the convex lens, this is the principal axis, 2f1 optic center, f2 2f2, and the situations now let us discuss. First situation is the object is at infinite, somewhere the object will be, that is the first situation what we will draw. The second situation is that here is a 2f2 is there, and so here we will place the object. So what do we call, where is the object? Object expresses like this, arrow mark upwards. This is the symbol for the object, and object, where the object will be placed? Beyond 2f2, or also we can say, what do we call this one? Center of the sphere, center of curvature, beyond the 2f2, or center of curvature also we used to ask. That is one situation. And so this is the second situation. The infinite is the first situation, beyond 2f2 is the second situation. What is the third situation? That will be object is placed at 2f2, this is the third situation. And what is the fourth situation? The fourth situation is here. Then what is that fourth situation? Object is placed between 2f2 and f2, 2f2 and f2, 2f2 f2. Here is the object placed. And now what is the next situation? The object is placed at f2, also we can say at focus. And the sixth most important situation, the object is placed, this is the fifth one, and here is the sixth one. The object placed where? Between f2 and optic center, or this can be asked between focus and lens, like this also can be asked. So these are the situations. And then one more situation is there. Is it possible to take a situation on the lens? On the lens means the rays cannot be, they cannot pass. If the object itself on the lens, then how the rays can be formed? Rays cannot be formed. So that will be restricted till here only. Got it? And now let us see these all situations. These are the situations what we are going to discuss. And the first one is the object is placed at infinite, So here is the object is placed at infinite instance. See the diagram, how we will draw the ray diagrams. First of all, now let us take a convex lens and we will draw the principal axis, and this is 2f1 and this is f1, optic center f2, and this is 2f2. Okay, object is placed at infinite instance, the rays will passes like this. The rays passes parallel to principal axis. Object placed at infinite instance, how should we take the rays, Nana? Rays has to be taken parallel to the principal axis. So then what will happen? They passes through the focus. If you suppose to take one more ray also, this one too will passes like this, and here is, so then we will take the rays and it passes through like this only. Okay na? And so what are the properties of the rays? Properties. Then what is the properties? What type of image formed? A point size image formed. A point size image formed. Okay now, where it formed? At focus, isn't it? At f1. At f1 also we can say at focus. Did you get it? So this is the situation. The first situation is where the object is placed. The object is placed at infinite. So the where the image formed, the image is formed at focus f1. Okay now, and just take down Nana, that one. Okay, completed. Now let's go here afterwards. This is not that much important, but here afterwards we will go for the next one. And so what is the next situation? Actually the first situation has been completed. Now let us go with the next situation where the object is placed. Here is the beyond 2f2. Now the object placed beyond 2f2. Okay, object is placed beyond 2f2. This right from here the most important topic will comes to us. And see here now how the image can be formed is, first of all what you have to do, just take a convex lens, then take the principal axis 2f1, f1, optic center f2, 2f2. So object will place at here, where we have placed the object beyond 2f2. Object is placed beyond 2f2 this side. And so listen here afterwards, for every situation we will follow the same procedure. And what is the first one is, that is the ray travels parallel to principal axis. First one is, so once if it is traveling parallel to principal axis, that passes through the focus. That is a fundamental concept. And the second one is, how many rays we said? 2 rays we should take. The second ray is then we can take where it is, the second ray is then it is passes through optic center, and so then it passes. And see here, so undividedly it will travel. And here if you observe, then what happened? Here is the both rays are intersecting, the both rays. Now here how it is, the first ray is parallel to principal axis, and the second ray, this is the object, and the second ray is passing through this one. These two are intersecting. This is the intersecting point. And from here draw one perpendicular, draw a perpendicular. You draw the perpendicular here, and so this is the perpendicular. This is we are calling as image. Did you get it? What is meant by the image? That is we are calling as a image. Now did you understand that how to draw the image? Is very simple. Once we are getting the intersecting point of both the rays, when they are passing through the lens, right from the intersecting point, then you have to draw a perpendicular to the principal axis. So then what will happen? That image will be formed here. What are the properties of the image? It's most important. Properties. Then properties of image. Then what are the properties of image? The first one, what we can take it is, so here is the first one, that is a real image or virtual image. The image is a real image. How can you say that one? Before we learnt what is the property of a real image? That should form below the principal axis. That is formed below the principal axis. So that is a real image. Next one is, this also we can say nature of the image. What is the image? Is upright or inverted? The image is inverted, isn't it? Because that is in this way it is forming. So that what we can say, the image is a inverted image. And the third one is, what is the location of the image? Location of the image means where the image formed. Where the image formed? Image formed between between f1 and 2f1, f1 and 2f1. And the fourth one is, what is the size of the image? Size of the image. But how the size of the image is? Object size is this much, but image size is decreased. And so what we can say? Image is a diminished image. Diminished image. Got it, this one? In this way just we can take about the properties of the image. Just go through that once. Okay? And got it, I think, right? Next one we will go for that. And so here is we have completed this situation, and we have completed this situation. Now let us go the next situation, how it will be. And okay, right? So now next situation, let's take. So what is the next situation we have to draw? The next situation, now we will go for this one, that is a object placed at 2f1, 2f2, object placed at 2f2, isn't it? Object is placed at 2f2. Now let us take. Now here is now let us take. This is the most important one. Object is placed at 2f2. Otherwise also will be asked you, object placed at center of curvature, or simply we can say C2. C2 also we can take, or center of curvature, because this one we can consider as C2 and this one we can consider as a C1. Object placed at center of curvature, like that also the question will be asked you. Or draw a ray diagram, where size of the object and image are same. These three situations can be asked you. So this is the most popular case also. Most of the time, 90% this situation is coming in the exam. Draw a ray diagram where the size of the object and image size both are same. That now let's see that. And how can it be? So first of all, take the convex lens. So I will wipe this one, so we will get the properties. We can write this side. So these are the situations. I think you might have understood that what are the situations. And see here now, what is this one is a principal axis. This is a 2f1. This is a f1, optic center, f2 and 2f2. Okay now? Then this is, and here we have to place the object here. Okay, this is the object what we are placing. So how many rays we should take? 2 rays. What is the first ray? Parallel to principal axis. So from where it passes? It passes through focus, f1. So the second ray passes through optic center. So where it will travels? That will travels and towards this side. A little bit that side I will draw, so you will understand. And so here is now we will draw the perpendicular here. So what do we call this? This is a 2f1. Did you notice one thing? The rays, again I will explain you once this one how it will be. And this is a convex lens we have taken. This is the principal axis, and this is a 2f1 and f1 optic center. This is a f2. This is a 2f2. And the ray, first we have taken one ray, that is parallel to principal axis. That is parallel to principal axis. After, when it is passing through parallel to principal axis, that passes through focus. And the second ray we will take that passes through optic center. They both will intersect at any one point. Draw the perpendicular to that intersecting point. From the intersecting point to the principal axis, draw one perpendicular. That is the image. Okay, what are the properties of the image? Now let us see. What are the properties of the image? What we have to write first? First we have to write either the image is real or virtual, and properties. Now first property we have to write the image is real or virtual. That is a real image. Real image. Properties of image. So here is what are the properties? First one is that is a real image. The second one is the image is inverted image, isn't it? Image is inverted, because the image very clearly see this is the image. this is the image, and this image is inverted. And the third one is, then where the image is formed? The image is formed at 2f1, at 2f1, or also we can say the image is formed at c1. Center of curvature of the second sphere, first sphere. Center of curvature of the first sphere, that is the image is forming. The fourth one is, what is the size of the image? What is the size of the image? If you observe, size of the image, size of the object, both are same. So size of the object, size of the image is equal to size of the object. Got it? Easy one only. Okay, most popular case this one. So we have completed even this one also. The object has been placed at 2f2. Now let's go for the next one. What is the next case we have to take for this one? The object is okay, completed. Take a screenshot. Good. And now let us see where the object can be, where we have to take the object. So this time we have completed 2f2. Now let us place the image, the object at between 2f2 and f2. Between this part, complete this part, and this part let us take. This is the, where is the object is placed? Object placed between 2f2 and f2. Okay, object placed between 2f2 and f2. Now let us see. And so here is this is the convex lens. This is principal axis. This is 2f1, f1 object size. This is f2. This is 2f2. The object is placed between 2f2 and f2. Now let us take the object between 2f2 and f2. Okay, how many rays we should take? 2 rays. First ray is parallel to principal axis. So then what will happen? That will passes through focus, as we know. Okay, no? As we know, that will passes through focus. The second ray, where it will travels? It passes through optic center. So once when it is passing through optic center, then what will happen? That will passes like this. So this one both are intersecting. Use the scale, as scale is not using, that is why it is not coming properly. Use the scale, perfectly you will get. And this is the intersecting point. From this intersecting point, draw the perpendicular. Okay, when you are drawing the perpendicular, what do we call this? This is what we are calling as the image. This is the image. Got it? This is the image. What are the properties? Now let us see. And here, now can we take this part, a little bit part I will leave this one, and the principal axis and the properties. Now let us see that. What are the properties of this image? The first property is, then the first, what is this image is? This image is a real image, isn't it? This is a real image. The second one is how the image is? The image is inverted. The image is inverted. And now then where the location of the image? The image is formed beyond 2f1. Image formed beyond 2f1. Beyond 2f1. And now what is the size of the image? See that object size this much only. How much is the image? Image size is enlarged. Okay, no? So image is enlarged or magnified image. Magnified image. So these all are the properties of the image, and so I will write here properties of the image, so you will understand easily. These all are properties of image. So these all are the properties. So the question will be asked you, draw a ray diagram where we have to place the object to get a magnifying image. Magnifying image. This is the one situation where we can draw the magnifying image. Got it, everybody? So very good. And so the next one is, okay, take a screenshot. Right. And now let's go for the next situation. And here is what is the next situation? Now let us see. Here now we have completed this part, and now we have to take the object is placed at f2. Object placed at f2 or infinite, sorry, or the image will forms at infinite, and or focus. Okay, now image object placed at f2 or focus. And how the ray diagram will be now? Again, what we will take? First of all, let us take a convex lens and principal axis, and this is a 2f1, this is a f1, optic center f2, 2f2. So the object we have to place at here. So how many rays? Two rays. First ray parallel to principal axis, so that passes through focus, as we know that. Next one, the ray, so it is the image. See, it is a peculiar case. Okay, both we did not do anything. However, we are following the procedure, the same procedure we are following for each and every situation. The first one is a parallel to principal axis, the second one is passing through optic center. And if you observe this one, this is a peculiar case, you cannot find the intersection of these two rays, isn't it? The rays are not intersecting as we cannot see, but the rays will intersect at infinite. At infinite. How can you say that is the rays at will intersect at infinite? Because the image will forms at infinite. Infinite in sense long distance, not somewhere else in the universe, not like that. It will form some more distance. That is, in your optics lesson we used to call it as a infinite. And so where the image will forms infinite. Okay, and now let us see the properties of the image. Properties of the image. What are the properties of the image? First one is, that is a real image. How can we say that is a real image? Two rays are traveling below the principal axis. So that is a real image. Second one, it is upright image, inverted image. Generally, if the rays are below the principal axis, those will be the inverted image only. So this will be inverted image. So where the image is forming, nearby distance it is not forming, as in our eyesight where it is not forming, but far distance it is forming. That far distance we used to call it as infinite, and so the image forms at infinite. The image will forms at infinite. So here is the fourth one is, what is the size of the image? If you observe, this is the size of the object, and these two rays somewhere it is intersected, somewhere they intersect, and from here, for example, if they intersected here, so how much is the distance between the principal axis to this one? That is highly magnified. Did you get it? Highly magnified. The maximum large image will be formed. And so what type of image can be formed? Highly magnified image. Highly magnified. Highly magnified image will be formed. These are the properties where we can see the object. The question will be asked you, draw a ray diagram where you can get the highly magnified image. Means you have to place the object at f2 or focus. At f2 or focus you have to place. Okay, and right. And next, so now the most important one, and this one we will discuss, and that one is, then how, this is the most important situation. This will be asked you in the exam. And that is now here, now let us see. But this part is completed, and here is the object is. Object is placed between. Object is placed between f2 and optic center. f2 and optic center. This is one way can be asked. Another way, draw a ray diagram where object is placed between focus and lens. Focus and lens. This way can be asked. Otherwise, draw a ray diagram. Draw a ray diagram where convex lens can form a virtual image. A virtual image. this is a peculiar case. These all things you can be asked in any one situation will be asked. This is a peculiar case where you can see a virtual image. Okay, how it will be, now let us see. And for this one, what we have to do, first again let us take the convex lens. This is the principal axis, 2f1, f1, optic center, f2, 2f2. So where we have to place object? Object has to be placed at here between f2 and optic center O. Optic center O. So how many rays we should take? 2 rays. First ray. Now let us take like this. How the ray will, everything same. There is no change at all. For every ray diagram, you will take 2 rays. First ray parallel to principal axis. Once if it is traveling parallel to principal axis, naturally that passes through the focus. And so then what will happen? This passes through focus. Okay, we got like this, right? And here where this ray is intersecting, and this if you observe, the ray is intersecting here, right? And right from here draw the duplicates. What you should draw? Draw the duplicates. Extend the duplicates also we can say. Draw the duplicates. Duplicates in sense drawing dotted lines right from there, extending this one. If the ray, if it is passing like this, means how it will be like this, that imagination. Okay, no, that we will take. Okay, and the next one is, what is the second ray we have to take? The second ray passes through focus. Second ray passes through focus. Okay, and it passes like this. And what we have to do, from where it is extended, it is striking the lens, it is striking the lens at here. And so again draw the duplicate right from here, and so then what will happen? Now this will be formed like this. Got it? Right from there you complete the rest of the part and draw the remaining part here. And so this will be the, okay, it appears as very close, it is forming to f2, but it is not forming at f2. It appears as it forms very close, very close. There is no minute difference will be there. The image will be formed here. Did you notice that? What did you notice? The image is forming, and here this is a peculiar case. Why it is a peculiar case? If you observe now, these are properties. Let us see that. And what are the properties? One second, I will explain this one. And first of all, now let us take the principal axis. Of course, convex lens we can take first. Convex lens, and this is a 2f1, and this is a f1 optic center. This is a f2, and this is a 2f2. And what we have to do? First of all, we will take an object here. So first ray parallel to principal axis, and that passes to the focus. And the second ray, where it is extending, the just striking the lens, right from there just you take the duplicates, and again passes through the optic center, and right from there what will happen? Again just draw the extend the duplicates, and you complete the rest of the part. And so then what will happen? This type of image you can get it. Okay, in this way the image can be formed. Okay, got it, right? And now let us see, this is a peculiar case. 100% you can expect in the exam. Most chances are, the probability is more to get the exam in the exam discussion. And properties of the image, see the properties. Did you notice one thing? These properties are entirely different as the remaining all cases. How those all cases are? Now let us see that. And here the properties of the image, when we suppose take, first one is, that is real image or virtual image? That is a virtual image. How can you say that is a virtual image? Because that formed above the principal axis. If any one image is forming above the principal axis, that is a virtual image. What is the nature of the image? The nature of the image is what is, how that is the nature image? Image is upright, isn't it? The image is upright, because what do we call this type of images? We used to call it as upright images. And what is the next property? The third property is, where the image is formed, the image is formed same side of the object, same side of the object. Where is the object is there? This is the object. Object side only image is forming. But remaining all cases, object is this side, the image is forming that side. And the fourth one is, what is the size of the image? Very easily it appears as object. This is the object and this is the image. And so image is enlarged. Enlarged image we can get. Enlarged or a magnified image it is getting. enlarged or magnified image. See, those all properties, just you go through that. If you observe now, this is a peculiar case, very important case, because this is not in the series of the remaining all cases. In this case, this is a very different, that is why very often asking in the exam. Okay, no? And this is ultimately some properties we can take for that one. What are the properties we can take? A convex lens can form first same size of the same equal and enlarged images, isn't it? This is very important one. And the second one is a convex lens can form both real and virtual. Okay, see here, this is remaining all cases till here it is forming a real image, right? But in this case here it is forming a virtual image, isn't it? And so the convex lens can form both real and virtual images, So, did you understand that? And I take a screenshot. It's very important one. Okay, right. Completed. Right. And here now up to this part we have discussed about the convex lens. Now let us see concave lens. Concave lens, just only one situation can reflects all the situations. And what is that? Now let us take anywhere once concave lens. Now let us take ray diagrams for a concave lens. It's very simple. And here is first of all what we have to do. Concave lens. This is the principal axis. This is a 2f2, f2. This side is a f1 to f1. If wherever you take the same ray diagrams will form for concave lens. How it is? Now let us see. Now where can we take the object? First, now can we take the object? Let us place here. Randomly just I am taking. Okay, no? And now how many rays we should take? 2 rays. So what is the first ray? Parallel to principal axis. So then what will happen? This diverges, right? Concave lenses means diverges. Right from there what we have to do? We should draw the duplicate. Yes, we should draw the duplicate. Okay, the second one is the ray we will take here. It passes through the optic center. Then what will happen? These two are intersecting at here. This is we are calling as the image. What do we call that is? That is a image. So what are the properties of the image? See here, then properties. Did you understand that? The first one is the properties of the image. We can take properties. First one is, then what is that real image or virtual image? See, size of the object is forming upright, and so that is a virtual image. Virtual. Second one is virtual image. What is the nature of the image? That is upright image. That is upright. Yes, it is a arrow mark is upwards. What is the size of the image? See, this is the object is small. Object is this one. Image becomes a smaller image. And where the image is forming? Same side of the object. Image forms same side of the object. Okay, right, randomly we have taken there, and now let us take one more case. And where I have placed we are between just where 2f1 and f1. Now let us take this time at 2f1. The object is placed at 2f1. I am not writing the situations where I am drawing. The reason you will come to know. Locations I am not writing. That is 2f2, f2, optic center, f1, 2f1. So now let us take this time. Can we take here? So first ray, how many rays we should take? First ray parallel to principal axis. Then what will happen? That will diverges. So then what will happen? We will extend the duplicates. The second ray we will take right from the optic center. So where the image is formed? image is formed. Here this is the image. Isn't it? Did you notice that the image is forming? Any difference is there? No difference at all. So for a concave lens, wherever you place the object, it have the same properties. What are the properties? That is a virtual image. Here also virtual, here also virtual, and that is an upright image, and that is a smaller image, and even image forms the same side of the object. Okay, no? That's all about. Ultimately, what we can say by one conclusion we can make. What is the conclusion we can make? The conclusion is concave. Where I will write here. This concave lens can produce only virtual and diminished image. Diminished image. Did you get it? Only virtual, a concave lens. Only virtual and a diminished image. Whereas convex lens can form both real and virtual image and equal to the size of the object, then larger than the size of the object, smaller than the size of the object, and that can be formed convex lens. Okay, I hope that this session is very much helpful for you, and practice once. 2-3 times practice makes you familiar with the ray diagrams. 1-2 time practice, easily you will understand everything. Okay, I hope that this session is very helpful for you. Support me, Nana. Wish you all the best. Oh.